So, I've had the opportunity to drive a 2018 Ford EcoSport. I was very excited when the dealership gave me this as a loaner car. Um, I was curious about it. It's pretty recent, pretty recent to the American car lineup. I believe it was popular over in Europe for a time, and only recently has been brought to production in America. The 1 liter Ford EcoSport is what this line is known for. However, what they gave me is the 1.5 liter. And I asked him about that, and he said that the 1 liter is simply not powerful enough. Now, I've had my main complaint about this SUV, this mini SUV, is that I had a 1984 Toyota Corolla that took about as long from 0 to 60 as this SUV, this 2018 Ford EcoSport takes to get to 0 to 60. So it's very slow on the uptake. So I can't imagine what it's like driving the 1 liter. It probably takes, it feels like it takes like 10 seconds to get from 0 to 60, and I find myself flooring it. Like I have to floor it just to get it to move like normally with traffic. Especially if it's up a hill on the highway. But everything else is really cool. My favorite thing is value cars. Cars that give you really solid value. You know they're going to last a long time. They have good features. It's rock solid. Now, one other thing though that I don't like is these little plastic. The use of plastic is very questionable. So this is how the rear wiper works, and it's just this little piece of hard plastic, and I just kind of feel like they're relying on that to last a certain amount of time, and it feels like strong plastic, but it's still questionable. It just feels like questionable. Also, under the hood, I'll show you. There's this yellow-orange piece of plastic that is used as a lever to open the trunk. And there you go. So you see that? Where is it? You see that yellow? So this, all right. This is all plastic, and it's hard plastic, and it feels pretty strong. But you gotta wonder why they use plastic in this situation. Like, is it that much more expensive to use metal? But there's a couple things that I do like there's this rubber that softens the sound of the trunk closing. The ideal is that you don't have to open the trunk that often, so that piece of plastic will probably last quite a while. But still, I got to question why they use it. The other thing I don't like, before we get to the things I do like, is this car has a major blind spot problem. See, look at that. So the whole back rear is a blind spot. Now they compensate for it with the use of those little square fish lens mirrors on the rear view mirrors. And that does actually compensate. But you kind of have to get used to it. It has some USB, so you can plug your cell phone in, and it actually it downloads your data. I think there's a way to make calls on your cell phone while you're while you're driving. There's a rear-facing camera when you need to go into reverse, see? And that's very functional. But beyond that, what I do like a lot, what I do like about this car is that it's very solid, and it drives like a very solid car, very solid SUV. The suspension is wonderful compared to my 2004 Ford Focus wagon, which has a lot of sway. It's very stable. Like I go over the same bumpy roads on this one that I do with my Ford Focus wagon, and it's like, instead of it being like I feel every bump, it's fun. So it's kind of fun to drive, and the handling is super awesome. Like, it really handles well. I love how it drives, and I believe it's like $18,000 to $22,000. The only major problem I have with this car, besides the 0 to 60, is that the rear trunk, it opens sideways, so you need like an extra 3 feet behind you. Like, if I'm gonna take my massage table out of this car, out of the trunk, look at this. I need 3 feet, like 4 feet behind me to take my massage table out. So that's actually an issue. Like, and that's the main reason I wouldn't want to own this car, because I have to park in the city and go to clients' apartments and stuff like that. And it's an issue. I think they could. Oh my God! I mean, just have the upward opening rear door, and it's awesome. You don't need as much space. So anyways, that's my review for the 2018 Ford EcoSport 1.5 liter engine. Really enjoy driving. I'm going to give it back to the dealer tomorrow, and they're going to give me back my Ford Focus wagon, but I wanted to give a little review. And thanks for watching.